Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So as my friends over at yarnspirations.com, I'm your host Mikey. Today we're gonna do my own design called Woodland Crochet Afghan, and this is something personal to me. This is something that I see here living in Nova Scotia. So what we have here is a kind of a simplistic design. There's actually 3 different motifs that you'll see, and you have all the color breakdown that you have here. So if you'd like to change the color of anything, you're welcome to do that. I decided to keep it nice and value oriented, so we're doing Red Heart Super Saver as the yarn of choice, and we're gonna be making an octagon motif today, a square motif, and a triangle, and I'll also show you how to do the border. So there's 4 parts to this particular tutorial today. So let's take a look at the last page, because that's the fun page, and then we're gonna be deciphering this by piece by piece. So here's what it looks like when it's laying out flat like so, and it's 4 large motifs by 5. So you'll need a total of 20 of these octagon motifs, and then you'll need the square motifs. You'll need only 12 of those, and then you need a total of 14 for the triangles that will fill in the outside spaces. I've been doing crochet so long that people would prefer their edges be flat, and I decided to keep the chamfer look on the side here in order just to kind of make it more interesting. So we have all the diagrams available. I'm gonna be taking you through step by step. You'll need a 5mm size H crochet hook, and again the colors were on the pattern, but let's just verify those colors today. And what we have is that we have 1 ball of gray heather, we have tea leaf for 3 balls, cafe latte for 3 balls, and Iran for 2 balls. And so that's what we're gonna have. So there's 6, 7, 8, and 9 balls total for this particular one. It looks larger. It's actually larger than you may realize, and it is a total of 54 inches by 68 inches. And I have designed this so that you can actually add more motifs or take out motifs, and the border will still work out for you. So that's something that you can decide for yourself. Let's take a look at the sample that I'm making behind the scenes so that I can get caught up, and I've already done my advanced homework now. So behind the scenes I've been making my sample that you can see here, and I wanted to make it so that I could show you how to do the border. So I had to at least do 4 of the large motifs. I'm gonna be doing the 4th one with you on camera. We also have the triangles to fill in the edges just like so, and I'm gonna be doing the final one on camera with you as well. Also what we have is that we have a square, and so the square has already been done for this section, but I'll show you how to do that. And you'll see that how they're all related to each other when you're working on this. So the fact is that we're gonna start with probably the hardest one first, which will be the octagon, and it's really not hard in that sense, but once you understand how it's working out in the center, you'll see that they're kind of related to each other. I just changed the colors just for fun, and you'll see how this one is. So the thing that you need to watch for the most when we get to the triangle is that the triangle is always done on the front side, on the right side. So you'll notice that we always go in a continuous revolution, and we have to do that with the triangle. So whenever we get to the end, we have to fasten off and restart again another color and continue to go in the same direction so that it looks like it belongs together. You're gonna then whip stitch everything together and then do the border, and we'll be covering that too. So without further ado, let's talk about the octagon, and we have blown up the particular diagrams, and we'll be following those step by step. So here's the diagram. We're gonna work our way from the center outward, and you'll see that we're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna see that we're gonna put 16 double crochet into the first one here. So the chain 3 never counts as a double crochet in this particular section right here of the pattern. So I'm gonna do all 20 motifs at the same time. So I would do this section and then do the next 19, and then I'll come back and then revisit it for round number 2. The only time I don't change every other round like that in order to do an assembly line is if I'm using the same color twice. So for example, let's just say I wanted the same color for rounds 3 and 4, then I will do the motifs 3 and 4 at the same time, and then continue to do that. So that's something that you can decide for yourself. So we're gonna start off in the middle. You'll need 5mm size H crochet hook, and I'm going to begin to play. So let's begin. We're gonna use your Super Saver 5mm hook size H. You're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now there's gonna be a lot of stitches in the beginning chain of the 3rd one away, and I want you to put in 16 double crochets in that one. So let's count those up together. So we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and go all the way to 16 for me, and I'll meet you back right here right now. So once you get your 16th in there, just slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet, to seal it, and it should be nice and shut for you there. So there should be a total of 16 here going all the way around. Make sure you do verify that. So let's just do that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. Once you have that done, I want you to fasten off, and then I want you then to begin to do the rest of the 19 that you need to do, and then what we're going to do from there is then move on to round number 2. So please do that now. In round number 2, we're going to start off in the first double crochet and chain a total 4, which will count as a double crochet and chain 1. We're then going to do a popcorn in the next one and then chain 1, double crochet in the next one, chain 1, and so on, and you should see a total of 8 of these popcorns revolving around a circle with 8 double crochets that are in between. So let's begin to do number 2 next. So let's create a slip knot just for ease of mind so nothing falls out. Now I would recommend that you weave in your ends as much as you can when you're doing this kind of stuff. It'll save you having to be able to hide your tails in later. So if you get it in now, it'll be a lot easier. So just going in to any of the stitches, it doesn't matter which one, and you're going to then join it with a slip stitch and then begin to chain 4. So 1 2 3, that's your double crochet, and the 4th one is a chain 1 space. We're then going to do a popcorn in the next stitch. I'm just gonna back you out a little bit. I think you're too close. And then just popcorn. So the next stitch is gonna have 4 double crochets first. So let's count those out. So 1 2 3 and 4. And once you have the 4, I want you to release it and then come to the first one of the grouping of 4, insert into the top, and put the loop back on and pull it through. That completes the popcorn, and then chain 1 is to move on to the next one. So in the next one that we want to do is that we want to put in a double crochet and then chain 1 and then a popcorn in the next. So there's got to be 4 double crochets to make up a popcorn. Once the 4 are in, drop it, go to the first one of the grouping of 4, pick it up, pull through, and then chain 1 to move on. So double crochet in the next. So please do that all the way around. This is round number 2. You should have what appears to be 8 popcorns that will be jumping out by the time you get around. So please do that and make sure you chain 1 between each one of the stitches. If your count is right, the very last stitch will be a popcorn, and in my case it is, so I know I'm right. And we're just gonna finish that popcorn and then be done with that color, and then I want you to do that for all of the rest of the 19 that you have. You can change colors at any point. You don't have to be consistent like I am. Might be a great one. So I did chain 1 and I'm gonna just slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the chain 4. And let's just fasten this off and let's get rid of this yarn. And then we'll move on to round number 3. Now in my case I made round number 3 and 4 to be the same color. So look where we're gonna go. We're gonna go 1 single crochet on top of a double crochet, and in the chain 1 space there's gonna be 2 double crochet. So in the next chain 1 space there's gonna be 2 double crochet. So the only thing that you can ignore here are these popcorns. So there's nothing on top of those stitches. So if it's a chain 1 space there'll be 2 double crochet or 2 single crochets, and in the double crochet itself there'll only be 1, and we'll be doing that for round number 3. And then for round number 4 I won't come back here, so I'll chain up 3 when I'm done, and then I will put 1 double crochet in each one of the stitches all the way around. Let's do rounds number 3 and 4 together. Okay, let's do rounds number 3 and 4. I'm using the same color green for both. So I'm just gonna go into the first double crochet and I'm going to attach it and just pull through. Now if you pull through and don't pull through the original loop and then pull through 2, that's a standing single crochet, and that comes in handy a lot. So what I want to do then is that I want to be able to go into the next chain 1 space. So next chain 1 space I'm gonna put 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2, and jump right over top of the popcorn. So just use your fingers to pry it open if you have to, and put 2 single crochets in the space after the popcorn. Then 1 single crochet in the double crochet, and then you're back to a space again, so there has to be 2 into that one. And then the other side of the popcorn, into that space there's gonna be 2, and then 1 into the double crochet. Please do that all the way around for round number 3. I'll be back here and we'll kick off round number 4 together. So I'm coming back around and I'm just in the popcorn area, and then I've already done the single crochet in the first double crochet, so I'm just gonna join with a slip stitch. We're then going to begin round number 4. So round number 4 is gonna bring stability to things, and we're gonna chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet. And starting in the next stitch available to you, you're just gonna put in 1 double crochet in each of the stitches going all the way around, and this will finish off round number 4. So I'll be back at the end of number 4, and it's just 1 double crochet in each of the stitches, so it's nice and simple. So I'm coming all the way back around. I'm gonna show you a cheating technique. See this here? This is not a stitch. This is just a space that happens when you just chain up. So what I want to do in the last one, I'm going to put in, and I'm gonna start to double crochet, but I'm not gonna finish it, and I'm gonna come right into this, which is that space, and yarning over and going in, pull through, and then pull through 2. And it's like a 2 together double crochet that I'm doing, but all I'm just doing is I'm filling in that space without changing the stitch count, because it ends up being 1 at the top, and then I'm just gonna join it to the top of the chain 3. And what that's doing is it's filling in the space so that you don't end up with any unnecessary gaps. It's kind of cheating technique, but that's kind of neat. So we're gonna get rid of this yarn, and then we are then going to move on to round number 5. So moving on to round number 5. So 5, 6, and 7 will be the same color. It looks like it tracks together like a train track, and then 8's gonna be a different color, and then 9, 10, 11 will be the same color, and then 12 will be a different color. So if you see how it's tracking together, that's kind of my thought process. So let's move on to round number 5. Round number 5 is an expansion round. I'm gonna show you a way to be able to determine that. And if you look at here, see this double crochet here? If you follow it up, there's 2 single crochets there. Do you see the next double crochet here? Follow it up, there's 2 there. So that means that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 2 into the same one, 4 individuals, and then 2. But if you just kind of look, you can see how things are following out in order for it to make sense. So let's begin round number 5. So round number 5 is pretty straightforward. So we're just going to join to the top of a double crochet, and you can do a standing single if you want to. So just have it already on the hook and pull through, but don't pull through the first one yet, and then yarning over, pulling it through. So that's your first single crochet, and you need 2 into the first one. So now you got 2. So the next 4 in a row are all 1 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the 5th one, do you see this double crochet down here? See how it follows up? Isn't that neat? So then that's gonna have 2 in it. So if you can look for the visual if you don't want to count too much, but you know, always play it safe too. So then it's gonna be 4 in a row. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the next one is gonna have 2 into the same one. See it? It's the same one following up. So there'll be 2 in this one. Do this all the way around for round number 5. So in keeping with cheating the system, so I'm coming around and there's 4 in a row. So remember that there's a space there because of the way that the chains work. So if you want to put 2 together, the single crochet, filling in that space, then you end up with the perfect side. So it's kind of a neat idea. So we're now going to move on to round number 6. So let's slip stitch and let's go back to the pattern and show you what you're doing next. So round number 6, we're going to then immediately chain 4. So the first 3 are the double crochet and a chain 1, sorry, the 1 is the chain 1 space. We're gonna double crochet in the same spot. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. So you will end up with 2 solos double crochets in a row here before you get to an edge. Sorry, meant to a corner. So in the corners it'll be a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then again skip 1, chain 1, go in double crochet, skip 1, chain 1, and etc. So you want to have it so that when you look at this you'll see a corner and then 2 standing double crochets by themselves. Let's try number 6. So let's try number 6. So we're gonna chain up 4. So 1, 2, 3, that's your double crochet. The 4th is a chain 1 space, and in the same one that you did the join you want to double crochet. You're gonna chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and then do your next corner. So it'll be a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So you end up with 2 of these solo double crochets in between the corners. Do you see that? then try again. So chain up 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, and then do your next corner. And that's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same one. So you'll see it's gonna start having the octagon look. Please do that all the way around. This is round number 6. So eventually you'll come all the way around on the final side and just continuing the pattern as you know it. Chain 1 and then just slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the first 4. And so when you push this down you should be able to kind of see that there's 8 sides going onto this thing, and we're now gonna move up to round number 7. 7's really straightforward. I don't need to take you to the diagram, but let's start right now. So let's pick this back up. So number 7 we're going to slip stitch to the chain 1 space of a corner, and we're going to slip to move over, chain 1, and in the corners what we're gonna do is that we are going to single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So that's your corner. So each one of these double crochets and chain 1 spaces are each gonna get 1 single crochet. So I don't really need to count it, I just gotta fill in the space. So if it's a space then it's a single, if it's a double crochet it's a single as well. And you're gonna do that all the way to the final one that starts in the corner. Okay, so the next one is a corner. So you're going to single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then start the next side. So starting immediately in the first double crochet from the corner, so start there and fill it in and etc. So please do this around for number 7. So just coming all the way around and I'm just finishing up the last one, and then I'm gonna slip stitch into the first single crochet and I'm gonna get rid of this color. So at this particular point, let me back up the camera as I'm just getting rid of this yarn. You'll see that an octagon shape has really taken effect now, and we are going to then fasten this off and then begin to move on to round number 8. And number 8's a fresh new color. So let's begin number 8 next. So the rest of it's pretty straightforward, and we're gonna continue now to round number 8. We're gonna fasten on to the chain 2 space of a corner, and we're gonna chain a total of 5. So the first 3 are double crochet and the other 2 are a chain 2 space. We're gonna double crochet back into that same space, and then we're just gonna apply 1 double crochet into each of these single crochets, and then the corners in the chain 2 space will be a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. We'll do that all the way around for round number 8. So let's begin. Gonna go to a chain 2 space. Let's attach it with the slip stitch. So just attach and then chain a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, that's your double crochet. 4 and 5 is your chain 2 space, and then double crochet into the same corner. So starting in the very first single crochet from the corner, you're just gonna apply 1 double crochet into each all the way to the next corner. Notice how that I'm bearing over top of the edges or the trim, so that you can hide those in as you go. And then simply put, you're just gonna go to the next corner, and in the chain 2 space it'll be a double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet again. So let's just get there, and so this is the last one before the corner, and now the corner is next, so it'll be a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet, and keep doing that all the way around. So this is round number 8. So I'm coming all the way around, and I want to show you. So this one here is part of that slip stitching, which creates a gap look. So if you do a 2 together right at the end, there's a total of 9 double crochets that make up each side. That's not included in the corner. So if you do that, then it'll fill in the space quite beautifully. So we're gonna just attach with the slip stitch and then get rid of this color, and then we're gonna move on then to 9, 10, and 11. We're gonna change out our color and then begin to do that next. And 9, 10, and 11 is something that you already know anyway. So let's begin 9. Round number 9, we're going to start off in a chain 2 space and begin to single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in the same chain 2 space, and you'll do that in every corner, and then essentially apply 1 single crochet in each one of the double crochets going across, and then we'll do that for round number 9. Let's begin, and rounds number 9, 10, and 11 are the same color, at least for my example. So let's begin number 9. You can go to any chain 2 space, doesn't really matter, and you're just gonna attach, and if you just pull it through and have 2 loops, if you pull through the 2 loops, that'll be a standing single crochet, chain 2, and then going into the same space for another single crochet. So each one of these double crochets will have a single crochet that sits over it, and noticing how I'm going over the tail to make sure that it's nice and hidden, so it's less for you to do afterward, especially if you're doing 20 of these, and then you have your other motifs to do as well. So you're gonna go right to your corner. Okay, and then here's the one that's part of the corner, and now the corner itself. So single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet, and then begin the next side. So starting immediately in the first one, so 1 single into each, and corners are single, chain 2, single. Let's do that all the way around for number 9. So coming up all the way on number 9, just going right to the last one and then just joining with a slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. Now we might as well just start this one, so we're gonna just go to the next chain 2 space and slip stitch, and then let's go back to the diagram and then we'll begin round number 10. So let's begin round number 10. So we're just gonna chain up 5 again, just like we did down here. The difference is that there's more stitches in between the corners. So chain 5. So the first 3 is double crochet, the next 2 are chain 2 space. We're gonna double crochet back into that same space. Chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet, and we're gonna continue to do like that all the way across. So there's a total of 6 of these double crochets that are by themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you have those 6 done, make sure you chain 1 and then do the corner. So it's a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and you're gonna do that all the way around for number 10. So just make sure that you keep count that there is 6 double crochets that are sitting by themselves in order to keep it consistent. Let's please do that for round number 10. So let's begin chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, that's a double crochet, 4, 5 is a chain 2 space. Then double crochet into the same chain 2 space here. Chain 1 and then skip 1. So skip 1 and go to the second over and double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and let's continue to do that across to the next corner. So these chain 1 spaces are giving you a bit of a mental break. Also this speeds up the process time for making these motifs. That's why I did it. So I can see that there's now 6 double crochets that are by themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now to go to the next corner, chain 1 first, and in the chain 2 space put in a double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet, and then start again. So chain 1, skip the first one, go to the second and continue. So please do this all the way around. Nice easy round number 10. So I'm coming up to the end of round number 10. I'm just gonna chain 1 and then join it to the third chain up so I can maintain that chain 2 space in the corner. I wanna keep this color going. Let's go back to the diagram, go for number 11. Let's go to round number 11. You're gonna slip stitch to the chain 2 space first, chain up 1 and single crochet in the same one, chain 2, single crochet into the same chain 2 space. So each one of these double crochet and chain 1 spaces get a single crochet as you go all the way across, and the corner one, when you see it, it'll be a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the same one. That's round number 11. Let's please try that now. So let's begin. We're going to move to the chain 2 space with the slip stitch, chain 1, single crochet in the same one, and then chain 2 and single crochet. So starting in the first double crochet that you want, it's just a single, and keep filling in the spaces and the double crochets each with 1 single crochet. And I want you to do that all the way around. This is number 11. We just have one more round to do. So you're nearly almost all the way there, and it's pretty awesome. And remember, in your corners you're gonna be single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and we'll be doing that in just a second here. So here's your chain 2 space. So it's single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then move along in starting with the first double crochet to fill in the spaces and double crochets with singles. Please do this all the way around number 11. So I'm just filling in the last section here, and then this is round number 11, just going into each of the chain 1 spaces and double crochets to finish. I've already done this chain 2 space to start with, so I'm just gonna slip stitch to the top or the beginning of the single crochet. So we're gonna get rid of this color now, and we're gonna do one final color. I recommend that the final colors are kind of consistent with each other. It makes it kind of easier to look at when you're done. So I'm gonna go back to the dark forest green, and then we're gonna begin to do that now for number 12, which is gonna be the conclusion of this motif. And finally the conclusion of this motif is round number 12. So we're gonna start off in the chain 2 space and chain a total of 5. The first 3 are double crochet, the next 2 are chain 2 space. It's gonna be 1 double crochet in each of the space or each of the stitches going across. Don't forget these corners are always gonna be a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the same chain 2 space. So it's just like what you did here on round number 8, it's just bigger, and we're gonna begin to do that next. It's round number 12, which is the final. So come to any chain 2 space. Kinda really doesn't matter where you start on these things as long as you're consistent. So just start and slip stitch, chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, that's your first double crochet. 4, 5 is your chain 2 space, and then double crochet in the same spot. So each one of these stitches, starting in the first one right here, so people think it's just here. See, it's just right there. And it's just a double crochet into each. So just double crochet into each of these stitches going across to the next corner. Corners again are double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So please do this all the way around for number 12. You already know what you're up to. You've done it before here in number 8, and it's just a matter of just repeating what you already know. So let's finish off round number 12, and then that's the conclusion of the large motif for this particular example. So I'm just coming up to the end of round number 12. So you're gonna do all 20 of your motifs if you're doing the exact same size. You can change the pattern in order to make it suit to your lifestyle too. So it's a nice kind of idea. So you're just going to go to the third chain up of the chain 5 to begin, and you're just gonna fasten this off. You don't need to leave an extra long tail. You're gonna be using fresh yarn in order to sew it together with the neighbors. So just ensure you do weave that in though and get it nice and snug, and then just turn it over and just get rid of all your tail ends so that when you go to attach with your neighbors that everything is kind of already put away. You may want to wet block this, so it means just spray it lightly with some water and just press it flat, and then just lay it on a towel or a counter and just let it dry, and therefore it'll be nice and ready for you. So the entire Afghan for me, I blocked it at the end, so you'll notice that it's kind of gonna be all ruffly and stuff, and that's just because that's kind of natural, but once you wet block it you'll see that it will nicely sit down, and then all the pieces then will butt up against it. So please do this now, and we'll see you, and we're gonna start then. We're gonna start the square, which has been slightly different but very close to the same. So let's move on to the square motif. You need a total of 12 of them in order to make it work, and the square motif is going to be butting up so that when you see it in the diagram format you'll see that it's inside here, so you'll never see it on the outside, so you just need less. So what we're going to do is that we're gonna start off the very same way. You can see that the very beginning of this looks the same as this because it is, and then what's gonna happen is that after round number 2 we're going to convert to a square and then just finish it off. So you'll notice that these square ones, including the motifs, the triangle motifs will actually go a lot faster than the big ones, of course. So let's begin the square motif, and let's start off with round number 1. So let's begin round number 1, starting off with the slip knot and chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3, and go into the starting chain and do 16 double crochets all in that same one. So 1, 2, and 3, and continue all the way to 16, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I've now gone all the way around, and I'm just going to attach it to the top of the first double crochet, and let's get rid of this yarn and let's bring on our second. I want to talk to you about colors at this point because it matters on the way stuff looks in this particular concept. So let me take you back to the sample and show you what I mean. When you're looking at examples of possible scrap gowns or anything like this, there needs to be something in that particular project that is consistent with each other. So what you will notice here is that my popcorns on the one are the same color as the popcorns on the small, and also will be the same color on the ones on the triangle. So this gray here is what kind of gives it consistency of looking like it belongs together. I also did a light green here in the solids, and you'll see that's a light green there. It's these kind of things that make it look like it gels together. I've done scrap gowns like this before where I have changed certain elements like that, and nothing really at the end looks like it belongs. So even if it's scrappy in between, there usually needs to be something in a scrap gown to make it look consistent. Again, that's my opinion. That's completely up to you on how you want to play. I also decided that the last round will be gray here, and so when you go to attach it here you will see that it will look really kind of like a park, like a walking path through the park. Again, your creativity, it's up to you. So let's move on to round number 2. So let's move along to round number 2, It's what you already know from before, so you can attach to any of these double crochets and begin to chain 4, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 1 space. So let's attach. So 1, 2, 3, there's your double crochet, and the 4th is a chain 1 space. You're going to popcorn in the next one, so remember that it's made up of 4 stitches, so 4 double crochets. So you put 4 into the same one. I didn't want too much eye popping texture to this particular project. And then go to the beginning one of the 4th, just insert in the top and grab the loop and pull through. And make sure once you're done, just chain 1 and then move along. So it's a double crochet in the next, chain 1, and then popcorn in the next. So I want you to do that all the way around, round number 2, and you will have a total of 8 of the popcorns surrounding in the circle, and then 8 double crochets that are by themselves. Please do that round number 2. So I'm just on my last stitch here. It happens to be a popcorn, chain 1, and then just join it to the 3rd chain up at the beginning. And let's get rid of this color. So you should be able to count 8 popcorns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's get rid of this yarn now, and let's move on then to round number 3. So let's begin round number 3. We're going to join on the top of a double crochet, and then your chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, and double crochet in the same one. Chain 2 and 2 double crochets into the same one. You're then going to apply a double crochet in each one of the spaces and popcorns and double crochet that you'll have. So everything gets something. The thing to look for, see these double crochets, it's almost like a clock. So this one will have a corner, this one doesn't. The next time it does have a corner, the next one it doesn't, and etc. So if you can look for that, basically every other double crochet has a corner. That's kind of the neat thing to look for. And so we want to be consistent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets in between the corners. Let's begin number 3. So let's start off in a double crochet. You can pick any one you want and chain a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and that one's gonna be your first corner. So let's begin to do that. So just double crochet again into the same spot, and then chain 2 and double crochet 2 more times. So it's a lot going in the one stitch, and that's your first corner, just like that. So now in the chain 1 space right here, you're gonna put it in double crochet. Remember that there's 7 in a row, so we're gonna go into that one. So this is 1 of 7. The popcorn is the next one. This is 2 of 7. The space is 3. The double crochet is 4. The space is 5. The popcorn is 6, and the space is 7. Now see the double crochet? So there's one here, there's one here, so you see it's every other one is a full-fledged corner. So to do the corner again, it's 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and we'll just do one more side together. So starting off in the chain space, so 1, the popcorn is 2, space is 3, the double crochet is 4, space is 5, popcorn is 6, and then the space is 7, and then you're back on a double crochet again, and the double crochet is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So please do that all the way around. This is round number 4, or sorry, this is round number 3. So I'm just coming to the end. There's a space before the last double crochet where you started everything, and just slip stitch to the 3rd chain up at the beginning, and so now the round circle just became square. Let's get rid of this color and begin round number 4. So round number 4, we're gonna join in a chain 2 space, chain 3 and double crochet, chain 2 and then 2 double crochet in the same one. You're gonna skip the next one, chain 1 and double crochet in the next, and do that just like you did with the big motif. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 double crochets that are sitting by themselves, and then you're back on a corner again. So let's begin to do round number 4. Let's begin to do round number 4. So you're just gonna go to a chain 2 space and join it and chain 3, and then double crochet in the same spot, and then chain 2 and 2 double crochet in the same one. Okay, so let's chain one and we're gonna skip the very first one, go to the second over and double crochet, and we're gonna continue that like that going across. So chain one, skip one, double crochet in the next. So do you remember how many double crochets are sitting by themselves? That's right, it's 5. And if you didn't guess that, the answer is 5. So I'm kind of looking for that number, and it helps me to know if I'm being consistent or not. So we got 1 2 3 4 5, chain one, and now you're on to the next corner. So you're just gonna 2 double crochet in, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. And then start again. So chain one, skip the first one, and etc. Please do this all the way around. This is round number 4. So just finishing up number 4, don't forget to chain one first and then join it to the third chain up of the beginning. So then that's it. So let's begin the final round number 5. 5 is a nice easy one, and we're gonna begin to do that next. And finally for number 5, what's gonna happen is that we are gonna start off in a chain 2 space, and you're gonna chain up 1 and single crochet. So 1 2 3 4. So there will be 4 single crochets in the chain 2 space. There will be 1 single crochet in each one of the double crochets and chain 1 spaces, and then when you get to the next corner there, make sure that there's 4 single crochets in there, and that will conclude off the square motif. Let's begin and finish off this motif together. So starting off in a chain 2 corner space, I want to just join it. So if you just loop it in first and then pull through, and then pull through the 2, that's a standing single, so that's a nice easy one to remember. So 1 and then another one, 2 3 and 4. So it'll be 4 single crochets into the chain 2 space. So there's gonna be 1 single crochet in each one of the double crochets and chain 1 spaces until you get to the next corner, and in the corners it's 4 single crochets. So please do this all the way around for number 5, and that'll conclude off this one, and I believe you need to do a total of 12 of these in order for it to fit into the project. So make sure you do all 12, and then we'll be back soon and we'll start off with the triangle next. So I'm coming to the conclusion of this, and I want to join it to the first single crochet of the grouping of 4 single crochets in the corner. I don't need this yarn in order for me to fasten it off into the blanket, so you can just cut it nice and short and weave in your ends and make sure that you get that ready. Again, you need 12. So next part of the tutorial we're gonna move on to the triangle, and the triangle is relatively easy as well, and we're going to begin to do that next. So let's move along, and now we're going to do the triangle. So the triangle is exactly half of a square. Now the problem with the triangle is, if you want to even say it is a problem, is that we do these in a continuous round where we stay on the same one and we just continually go in the same direction. The problem with triangles is that you don't have that luxury of continuing to go around, because you get to the other side and you have to stop. So even if you're keeping the same colors, what you have to do is that you always have to fasten off on the one side. So you can see that it has 1 2 3 4 5 is always on the one side here. So whenever we start, we're gonna just start always on one side and fasten off. So it takes a little bit longer in order for you to do this. If you turn your work at the end of this and go back in the other direction, you have a row that will look like it's upside down. So you will have a row, for example, let's see this green here. If you turn it over, see how different it looks? So you will see that in this particular one, if you go back and forth like that, that you'll have every other row that looks upside down then. So what we're going to do is start off with the triangle, and let's begin, and you need a total, I believe, of 14 triangles in order to have this complete. So let's start off. We're gonna start off with the slip knot and chain 3, and that does not count as a stitch. So in the very beginning one, we're going to only put 9 double crochets. So let's count those out. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So once you have your 9 in, just verify your counts because it matters. So don't count the first chain. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Once you have your 9 done, then you are just going to slip stitch sorry, you're just gonna fasten off, and then you want to fasten off nicely, and then when we go to start the next one you need to go back to the very beginning one again and start and build it up again. So let's move on to round number 2, or row number 2 in this case. So in row number 2 we're going to start and we're going to attach to the first double crochet, so don't worry about this chain 3, and you're going to chain a total of 4. So the first 3 is the double crochet, the 4th is a chain 1 space. You're going to popcorn in the next, chain 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, and etc. You already know how to do this at this point, unless this is the first time you're going through this pattern. So we're gonna do that. So you're looking for a total of 4 of these popcorns and then a total of 5 double crochets. So remember the chain 3 counts as one of them. Let's begin round number 2, or row number 2, sorry. So let's begin row number 2. Let's start off with the slip knot, and we're gonna start off in the first double crochet. So don't count the chain there, just the first double crochet, and we are going to chain a total of 4. So just slip stitch first and then 4. So 1, 2, 3, that's your first double crochet, and the 4th is a chain 1 space. You're going to popcorn into the next stitch. Remember that it consists of 4 double crochets in order to make a popcorn. And then drop it and then pick up the first one, pull through, chain 1, and then just double crochet in the next, and you're gonna continually do that until you get to the other side, and you will end with 1 double crochet in the final stitch. So please do that same repeat going all the way across. So I'm coming up to the last one, and it's in the last DC is a DC. So that's what it looks like for just half, and I want you to get rid of this yarn now and move on to doing round number 3. In row number 3 we're going to attach to the first one, and you're going to put in chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then there will be 2 more double crochets, so there's a total of 3 all into 1. In the first chain 1 space it'll be a double crochet, and you're gonna do that, so you're looking for the middle one of the double crochet, or you can count it. So after you got your 3, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, once you have that done, then this middle one right here is gonna have 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then you'll have 7 coming back, and the very last one will be 3 double crochets. Please do this now for round number 3, or row number 3, and I'll show you that next. So let's begin. We're gonna begin on the 3rd chain up of the chain 4 at the very beginning, and we're going to attach with the slip stitch, and you need to chain a total of 3, which counts as your first double crochet. And in that same one where you did the join, you need to put 2 more double crochet, and then we're gonna start then filling in the spaces. So in the next chain 1 space right here, you're gonna put a double crochet, so that's 1 of 7. The popcorn is gonna get 1, so that's 2, the space is 3, the double crochet is 4, the space is 5, popcorn is 6, and the space after this popcorn gets 1 as well. So the middle one of the double crochet, do you see it, is going to be the turn. So it's gonna be 2 double crochet first, 1 and 2, chain 2, and then 1, and 2, and now we start going down the other side. So we start in the next chain 1 space, so there's 7, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the popcorn for 6, and then the space before the end is 7, and in the last turning chain, or the last double crochet, there will be 3 double crochets to complete that. Okay, so that's how you get there. So that was row number 3, and you can see that the point has been established. Let's get rid of this yarn and move on to round number 4. Now number 4 we're gonna start off, and we're gonna start right off in the turning chain right here. So, or sorry, in the first chain 3. So chain 3 and then another double crochet right into the same one. You're gonna chain 1 and skip one and double crochet into the next, and you're gonna continue to do that. So there's 1 2 3 4 5 of these standalone double crochets with chain ones that separate them, and then finally in the chain 2 turning here it's gonna be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then again just skipping the first one, chaining 1 and continuing that right to the end, and the last one will have 2 double crochets in there. Let's try row number 4. Let's try row number 4. So we're going to kick it up and go into the chain, and you need to chain a total of 3. So 1 2 and 3, and put another double crochet into that same one, and then chain 1, skip 1 and go to the second over for a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and we're gonna do that all the way till we get to the corner. Remember how many double crochets stand alone? The answer is 5. Okay, so there's 5 there, you see it. Chain 1 and let's do a turn. So it's gonna be 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and then chain 1, skip the first one out and then go to the second and do that all the way to the other side. So secretly I'm looking to make sure that there's the right number of standalone double crochets in this kind of element, because then I know the counts are always right. So sometimes you can go off the track. Okay, so I have 5, so I can see 1 2 3 4 5, and I've just done a chain 1, and in the last double crochet I'm gonna put 2 double crochet, and then that concludes row number 4, and then we're gonna get rid of this yarn, and then we'll begin to do the final row number 5. So final row number 5, we're gonna start off in the end and chain 1 and put 2 single crochets into the first one, and then there will be 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets and chain 1 spaces all the way to the corner. The corner will have 4, 1 2 3 4, and then 1 into each one of the spaces and double crochets, and the very final will have 2 single crochets. So let's start off in the first chain 3 space, or chain 3, and attach, chain 1 and put 2 singles into the first one. That keeps the growth going out consistently, and now we're gonna single crochet into each of the double crochet and chain 1 spaces until we get to the corner, and in the corner it's going to be 4 single crochets, and then continuing all the way to the other side, and in the last stitch on the other side we'll have 2 single crochets, and I'll see you there in just a moment. And when you get to the last one there will be 2 single crochets in there, and then that's done. So you need a total of 14 of these motifs in order to work, and they're really not hard. It's just a matter of just doing the work and getting it done. So we're gonna move on now into this part of the tutorial where we're gonna show you how to sew them together, and I'm gonna show you the invisible join that will make it look flat and look like everything belongs together. So let's do that next. So now we're moving into the portion where we're gonna start sewing things together. I'd recommend to you that when you do this, that you figure out how you're going to be able to do this. So don't sew this and this and this. Go incrementally and make it work. So what I decided to do for myself is that I would have attached this main one here to include this portion right here and this portion of the square, and then this one here, and then I build up. And so what happens is that I attach things with stitch markers so that the motifs don't end up upside down. So that's something that you can decide for yourself. So go incrementally. So what I'd like to do is that I did all 5 in a row this way, and then I did the 4 in a row this way, and then I just kind of filled it in as I went. It's really easy if you're not paying attention that you actually attach a motif that is not in line. So for example you start attaching one here when it shouldn't be there. So if you're doing it very strategically, chances are you won't have to take it out. I'm gonna show you the invisible join now, and you have to choose what color is gonna work for you. So in this case I used green as my attaching, even though that all the motifs are not necessarily the same color on the outside. If you do the invisible join it can really hide that really quite well. Let's begin to do that. When you do the invisible join you'll notice that it will lay nice and flat, so it's not like a window pane where the join is actually lifting off. Do you see the green how it's leaning into the gray here? That is the actual strand That's the whip stitching that we're doing. You see how it kind of belongs? So you want to choose a color that it's either going to be gray or green in this case. You choose a color that matches whatever you're doing. And what you want to be strategic is making your strand long enough so that you can cover your spaces as much as possible. For example, I have this space here that I want to fill in. So what I will do here is that I will start attaching and I will go along here, here, and here at the same time. And when I'm over there I might actually continue and actually attach one of these at the same time. So the less strands I have to use in order to sew it together, the faster that you will be, because you won't have to reset yourself very much. So it's a trick about how to attach them together. I'm just going to show you a demonstration of that because it's actually pretty easy, and it's called the invisible join. So I've cut usually too much string. I usually always cut way too much, but it's better to have enough than it is to run out. And I like to create a slip knot on the one side of the strand, and I like to feed the needle with the other side, and I'll show you why I do that. So the trick to get the invisible seam is that you work across from each other and match the stitches to each other. The count should be right. So you're going to match into the first one. See this chain 2? You're just gonna go into the back loop only of this one, and here there's also 2, and you want to go into the back loop of that one too. So when you're looking down, the front loop's here and the back loop's here, and what's gonna happen is that you're only gonna attach the back loops together, and that creates the flat join. And now I'm just pulling the strand, and once I get close I'm going to insert the needle through the loop and then pull, and that just locks that now into position. So just pull it nice and tight. Now I advance to the next back loop of the next one here, and then I go to the next back loop on this one. So the stitches should all match each other. You can always fake it if there's an off count too. So just going across, I'm laying down the straggler over top so that it gets stuck underneath this stitch. So I want to drag that for about an inch. So I'm gonna go to the next back loop on both sides, and the straggler is just lying directly in the center. So back loop, back loop. That's all you gotta do. And then just pull on it once in a while, and once it's in long enough you can just let it hang out and then just continue along. Now when I get to a crossing point that you will see here, what I'd like to do is that I'd not only like to continue to go across, but I will attach this one to this gray as well, and so there will be like a crisscross going on in the point here, and you will never see that it's there, but it just allows you to make sure that this one is also attached to this and all, and vice versa, and all the way around. So it's a neat way to be able to do that, and if you're using a nice yarn where the colors match each other like it does here, you can really hide in a lot of imperfections if you have anything like that going on in your project. So let's continue down to whip stitch and get your whip stitching done and do all your triangles and squares, and then when we come back we'll then review on how to do the border. There is no diagram for that, and we'll be walking you through step by step from that point. So get your squares and your triangles and your octagons all sewn together now. So let's begin to talk about the border. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to circle all the way around this thing, and we need to be very consistent on our numbers, and I have provided that information. It's very detailed in the border section on first round. And the idea is that you want to equally space out these single crochets that you're about to put in, especially when you're crossing over top of the triangle. So here is the triangle right here. So when you're crossing over, just be consistent when you go to do that. And what we're going to do is that there's an exit ramp, meaning that I always try to build in a way to be able to cheat the system just in case you're off. So if anything that you can be off by is probably one stitch on any of these sides, but the fact is that you can always get back on. What I recommend to you is that I did give you the amount of stitches that it does take to get across, and that you can hit that pretty easily as well. So what I decided to do is just kind of make it a lot more just having to provide you with a lot more information that you probably need. So what you want to do in your first round is you want to just do a single crochet round, and in your corners you're just going to provide a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet as you normally would have, and then just keep circling around. So I'm gonna pull up the sample. See this dark green that we used? That's the same color that I want you to use in order to do it. So whatever you've decided the outside of your main one, use the same color, and we're gonna begin to do that next. So let's begin, and you're just gonna create a slip knot, and you can start anywhere you wish pretty much, as long as you're consistent with your numbers. So just coming into a chain 2 space and just pull through and doing a standing single crochet, and then just chain 2 and single crochet. So on the sides here, when there's actual stitches, just follow the same stitches all the way to the next corner, and then just do in your corners of 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 1 single crochet. Where it gets kind of dicey is when there is the triangles that you need to worry about, and we're gonna cover that in a bit. So let me just get to that part, and then I will show you what to do with that. And the fact is, you just want to be consistent. That's the C word today, consistent. So when you hit those corners, which I'm about to hit, then just single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and I'll see you in the first corner, or sorry, in the first triangle. So I'm continuing to single crochet. So it's nice and easy when there is actual stitch work to worry about, and then you just have to gulp it up essentially just take a big swallow and just hope for the best, and just try to be consistent with your stitch work when you go over that triangle, as I just said. So what we're going to do is we're gonna get there in just a moment. And I would be cautious that when you go to do it, you're kind of the same. So this is a chain 2 space, and I want to immediately come into the triangle. So see where I'm going? I just kind of want to pay attention. So this is, here's a double crochet, so I'll probably put 2 single crochets there, and then in the next double crochet I'll probably put 2 into that one, and the next double crochet there I'll put 2 into that one, and then here's a double crochet again, I'll put 2 into that one, and then I'll put 1 into the middle of the motif, and then basically the double crochets again, just 2, 2, and I would do that for all of them. So 2 and 2, and then 1 into the gray to the final border of that triangle, and then into the chain 2 space, bring it together, and then start your on the regular stitch work, and you'll do that every time you hit a triangle. So when you lay it down, it should be staying nice and flat, and it does. So continue that all the way around, and I will see you at the end of round number 1. So I'm coming all the way around, and I have everything set, and we're gonna be moving on to round number 2. We're just going to join with the slip stitch to the first single crochet. We're gonna get rid of this color, and then in round number 2 we're gonna do something slightly different. So grab another color and let's have some fun. So in round number 2 we're going to join to the chain 2 space, and watch what we're going to do. So we're gonna get ourselves established first. So we're gonna create our first single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. We're now going to chain 1, and we're going to skip the first one and then single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next. We want to do this all the way around, and the trick to this one here is watching what we do when we get close to the next corners. So the goal is that you should be the right stitch counts, but if you're not, I'm gonna show you how to cheat the system. You probably won't even notice it if you have to cheat it, so I don't even think it's a deal breaker. So I'm gonna test myself to see if I got my counts right, and if not, I'm gonna show you how I fake it, because that's what crocheters do instead of frogging if they have to. So this is gonna be a very quick round. So there we go. So what you can see here is that when I go to chain 1, I'm gonna skip 1, and if, for example, that there was 2 left over, and then what I would do is skip over 2 and then go right into the edge. In this case I'm chaining 1, skipping over the last one, and then starting in to the corner. So if you have to skip over 2, it's pretty easy to hide that in there if you have to, and then once you get your corner in, chain 1, skip the first one, and single crochet in the next. So it's just a matter of being able to do that if you have to, and you know what, it's not a deal breaker if you have to cheat, and honestly in time you would probably forget that you did it anyway, because you'd be so happy with your results anyway. So let's continue all the way around in the same fashion, and this one's a pretty speedy round going around your blanket. So I'm just coming all the way back around on this round number 2, and I'm making sure I'm getting everything in and everything's good to go. So finish with the chain 1 and attach it to the first single crochet. So we're gonna get rid of this color, and we're gonna do a floating color in the middle, and what we need to do is that we need to pick a color that I think is a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna go with the lighter green, and also I'm going to have you start slightly in a different spot so that you can keep track of what you need to do. So we're gonna do that next. So we're gonna be playing within the chain one spaces, but I want you to start in the chain one space before the corner, and let's attach right into a space itself, and we're gonna attach and chain 4, and that will count as a double crochet and chain 1 space. Now in the chain the corner, what we're going to do is that we're gonna do a popcorn first, and that will consist of 4 double crochets. We've done popcorn before. And then once you've done that, chain 1 and do another popcorn in that same spot. Just like that. And then chain 1. So essentially what you're going to do in the next chain 1 space just after the corner is gonna be 1 double crochet, and then chain 1, and then in the next chain 1 space there will be a popcorn, and that will be the repeat going all the way around this thing. So there's not popcorns in every one. I didn't think that you'd want to do popcorns around an entire blanket, so you're only doing half the popcorns. After you've done a popcorn, chain 1, and then just go immediately to the next chain 1 space and double crochet, and then chain 1 and then popcorn. So let me do this all the way to the next corner, and then I'll show you what to do from that point. So now I'm in the space just before the corner, and so that'll be 1 double crochet and then chain 1, and then a corner will be 1 popcorn, chain 1, and another popcorn to turn. So that's all you need to do then all the way around, and you'll see that these will be equally spaced just like that. And what I'm gonna do for the remaining of this tutorial is that I'm just gonna go around the corner, and I'm just going to circle back and show you what to do next. I don't need to go all the way around to show you what you can do next, and I will be right back and we'll continue from that journey. So once we get all the way back around, the popcorn will be your last stitch in to the very last chain 1 space, and then once you get that one in, just pull it through and chain 1 and join it then to the 3rd chain in that beginning chain 4. So eventually you'll see yourself like that. So what we're going to do then is that we're gonna move on to the next step, and I haven't gone all the way around with this one. It's because it's pretty straightforward, and then I'm gonna show you what to do next for round number 4. So round number 4, you can start in any chain 1 space except like between a popcorn or between a double crochet. It really doesn't matter where you want to start. So let's just begin. We're gonna do a standing single, so pull it there and do another single in that same space. Go to the next chain 1 space and put in 2 single crochets, and then the next chain 1 space in between there, and that's all you're gonna do all the way around. So even on the corners there's no extra stitches you need to provide. It's just 2 single crochets into every chain 1 space going all the way around. You'll see this will follow around the border, and then we have 1 more round to do after that. So please do that now, and then we'll continue in just a moment. So you're gonna come back all around, and you're just gonna slip stitch to the beginning single crochet. So there's 2 single crochets in every one of these chain 1 spaces that went all the way around. So the next one that we're about to do is going to be just basically a crisscross picot. So what I want you to do is on any the chain 1 spaces, go into the second one first. Okay, so don't go in the first one, go into the second one. And then just chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3, just like that. So now what I want you to do is just go to the one before it. So wrap the hook and just from behind just come in and double crochet, so it's crisscrossing. But before you continue, I want you now to make a picot. So 1, 2, 3, and picot right into the top like that. So let's go. So the next space you see there, so go to the second one first and double crochet, and then come back to the one you just skipped. So just crisscross it back over, and then picot 1, 2, 3, and then in. That's all you gotta do all the way around. So you see the next one, go to the second one first, and then get the one that you missed and picot, and you so it's chaining of 3. So picots are made up of chains of 3. People are gonna ask me that because I didn't say it. So I'll review it one more time. So go to the second one first and then come back to the next one, or the one that you skipped, and then chain 3 to picot. So 1, 2, 3 and picot. So that's all you need to do, and you'll see that it has a really nice textured round, and it's almost like a picket fence kind of idea, and it looks good on either side. So this would be how you complete it. So once you have your old Afghan done, I'd lay it down on a flat surface. Just get a spray bottle, just damp it up a little bit, just press it flat and then let dry, and then it's permanently blocked for you. So this is the Woodland Afghan. Thank you so much to Yarn Inspirations for allowing me to write up this pattern and to be able to present it to you today. Have a good one, and we hope to see you again real soon right here. Bye bye.